Hello, everyone, and very good evening to you all. Hazik, Gargi, Kajal, Hasika, Udit, Divanshu, very good to see you. Soham, very good to see you as well. बिल्कुल याद हो भाई, ऐसा क्यों होगा? याद तो बिल्कुल ही हो. Definitely, very good to see you, Soham. How are you doing? I hope those of you who have to give the exam in less than 15 days, आप सबका preparation वगैरह सब अच्छा चल रहा है. Lion Hogwarts is also here, is it? Hi, hi. How are you? um, Preet, very good evening, and very good evening to everyone else who's joined in. Um, so, so in this session, of course, we are going to be talking about the preparation for CLAT 2023. So, जिनका 10-15 दिन में एग्जाम है, I think you guys don't need to stay here because we'll be talking about how to get started and stuff like that. It won't be too much about अगले 10 दिन में क्या करना है, अगले 15 दिन में क्या करना है. That's something that I have been talking about, and we will have other sessions for you as well. I'm doing very good, Hasika. Thank you for asking. Rakshita, good to see you again, Rakshita. आपका वो वाला सेशन अभी हो नहीं पाया था, others had not joined in, right? Good to see you back here. Hi, Rishi. Very good evening to you. Okay, so like I said, this one is more about the CLAT 2023 preparation. For those of you who've never met me before and are meeting me for the first time, only a few, I think, new faces that I'm seeing, or new faces to kya, new names that I'm seeing on the chat box. My name is Devajyoti Das. I'm a graduate of HNLU Raipur, but as you can see, I also did get an All India rank 20 in the NLS Bangalore entrance in 2006. I was subsequently working with one of the top law firms of India called Amarchand Mangaldas. And after that, of course, I've been involved in teaching law for a long time now. So I do enjoy my classes and so on. Okay, so we've had two CLAT exams after the pattern has changed. Pattern change के बाद हमारे दो CLAT exam definitely हो चुके हैं. Of course, the other CLAT exam is just around the corner, so I'm sure we will take a very deep analysis of what the question paper looks like after CLAT 2022 also happens. But जो दो CLAT हो चुके हैं उसमें से भी there are a few important lessons that we can learn from the CLAT exam. Rohit is already saying, sir, GK is really troublesome. Well, I mean, it's once you get a hang of it कि किस टाइप के questions आते हैं, क्या करना होता है, it's not really something that you will find as very troublesome. I, in fact, hope to take you through a lot of legal GK in the course of our classes, whether it's the Bold program or more importantly, the Breeze online batches that we have. If you're at any of our offline centers, do feel free to reach out to us. A lot of the information is available on our website, in the description as well, and so on. But I think let's start with the important lessons. The most important lesson, without any competition, to be honest, is the fact that now current affairs, whether you like it or don't like it, current affairs or GK is basically God now, right? Truckload of questions are based on the GK syllabus. And it's not just, I don't mean GK, but I mean also legal के बहुत सारे passages. CLAT 2020 में COVID related passages थे. एक स्टाइरिन गैस का लीकेज हो गया था विशाखापट्टनम में. And that also was part of the, that was also part of the syllabus and a question paper and so on. There are passages in the sample paper about the impeachment of Donald Trump, the proceedings that were going on in the United States. So I think the most important lesson to learn is you must get used to newspapers. You must attend your classes and focus on a little bit of GK as well as legal GK. Make sure you keep your eyes and ears completely open. So if something's happening in Banaras in terms of the Gyan Vyapi Masjid or the Citizenship Amendment Act or so many of these things, right? I'll try to take you and touch upon some of these issues even today. But do keep a track of current affairs That's the most important thing for those of you who are looking to give the CLAT examination. The pattern change has definitely put quite a bit of burden on English language skills, right? This adaptation is primarily based on language, right? Language meaning not that you have to focus on English per se, but it is reading speed which has become very, 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 very important. Why? Because all the questions are now going to be based on RC, right? RC टाइप के क्वेश्चंस ही आएंगे, जीके में भी पूरा पैसेज आएगा, फिर ही कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं. Legal aptitude also will have a passage and only then a few questions. The English section continues to have questions based on only RC. There is the critical reasoning section, which is part of logical reasoning. It's almost entirely critical reasoning now. And उसमें भी सिर्फ और सिर्फ यही passage based questions और यही सब आते ही हैं, right? So the more you keep a track of it, the more I think you'll find it more convenient that we should be that it just become easier for you to go through the overall paper and so on. Okay. I'm not able to do legal as of completion. What should I do? Well, I mean, is there a particular area of legal aptitude that you're facing a problem? Like, or like when you see new topics or some passage that you have never looked at, completely unrelated subject है कुछ है, तो उसमें problem हो रहा है. What exactly is the problem? One of the criminal law. So I think I would suggest one of the things I would definitely suggest is you should go through the IPC, but I don't mean bare act. IPC में बहुत सारे sections में many of these sections उसमें illustrations दिए हुए हैं, right? That's the that's the reason why I always suggest to people IPC and Indian Contract Act. ये जो दो हैं, only two of these acts all of you should definitely take a look at. Not because आपको section wise याद रखना है, section wise रटने की जरूरत भी नहीं है, ना कोई आपको section wise पूछेगा. But the reason why I am saying you should look at the bare act, the bare act is because वो bare act में बहुत सारे जो हैं illustrations दिए हुए हैं, right? If you look at culpable homicide, which is 299, or if you look at section 300, which is murder, or you look at theft, which is 378, तो ये सारे sections में illustrations मतलब examples ही दिए हुए हैं, and a lot of the CLAT questions are based on the examples that are given in the Contract Act or in the in the Indian Penal Code. So one of the shortcuts that you can actually take. Whereas the foundational principles should be clear. The whole idea of intention and motive and the general defenses and what is grave and sudden provocation, the various definitions of theft, robbery, dacoity, extortion, etc., which is against property, yeah, hurt, grievous hurt, simple hurt, attempt to murder, culpable homicide, murder. These are offenses against the body. तो इस टाइप का फंडामेंटल्स तो क्लियर होना चाहिए, बट अगर थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा कुछ समझना है तो वो बेयर एक्ट would be the best place to do a little bit of shortcut attempt, at least. Where can we get it? You can just freely get it online. मतलब इंटरनेट पे डायरेक्टली आईपीसी का सेक्शन 3, जैसे सेक्शन 300 बस आईपीसी का गूगल पे लिखोगे, तो just open the actual IPC, right? Actual Indian Penal Code खोल के section 300 देखोगे तो you'll have illustrations given there itself, right? Websites like Indian Kanun, etc. will give you the actual section, right? Or if you want to go and buy a book, then you can just go to the nearest law bookstore और वहां पर जाके मेरे हिसाब से 3 बेयर एक्ट सबके पास होना चाहिए. One is Constitution of India का बेयर एक्ट, the other is Indian Contract Act का बेयर एक्ट, and the third is Indian Penal Code. ये तीन का बेयर एक्ट इनफैक्ट सबके पास होना ही चाहिए. It's part of every law student's preparation, documents. Constitution of India, Indian Contract Act and IPC, right? ये इन तीनों के बेयर एक्ट होने चाहिए. एंड तीनों में से कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन तो आपको अलग से पढ़ना ही है, बट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एंड आईपीसी इन दोनों का देयर इज अ स्पेशल पर्पस. इनका स्पेशल पर्पस यही है दैट यू लुक एट द एग्जांपल्स एंड द इलस्ट्रेशंस दैट आर गिवन, राइट? काजल सर जीके में बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है. जीके में अभी आर यू गिविंग द एग्जाम लाइक इन द नेक्स्ट 2 weeks or do you have 6 months? If you have 6 months, you can just start by basic reading of the newspaper now, right? GK and legal aptitude look pretty much like each other now. Getting used to legal language and all that. ये सब बेयर एक्ट देखोगे तो अपने आप ही थोड़ा आइडिया होने लगेगा. So I would definitely suggest you start with past year papers, right? It gives you a much better idea, gives you a much better idea about किस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं. अगर एक इस टाइप का कुछ एक स्पोर्ट्स का इवेंट हो रहा है या कुछ और हो रहा है, then what can we expect in terms of the question paper, right? सर जीके वाले सर पीडीएफ नहीं देते हैं. अरे ये क्या हो रहा है? I'll I'll try to figure out. You're talking about Clat Possible में नहीं देते हैं. I'll see because I think there's a lot of information for sure that's available. I'll try to see what is the exact situation there. How much time should it take to read the 2 editorials of Hindu? Only the editorials? About 15, let's say 20 minutes. सिर्फ एडिटोरियल्स की अगर बात हो रही है. वैसे पर्सनली आई डोंट रेकमेंड द हिंदू, ऑल्दो इट्स अ गुड न्यूज़पेपर, देयर इज नो डाउट अबाउट इट. Personally, I always recommend the Indian Express. Personally, my favorite newspaper for these kind of exams is definitely Indian Express. It gives you the most unbiased kind of information. Again, that's purely my personal opinion. Hindu again is a very good newspaper. अगर आप लोग को हिंदू पढ़ने की आदत है, जिनको भी आदत है, please continue reading the Hindu. That's not a problem, right? But those of you who are still choosing, and figuring out which newspaper to start with, I would suggest कि आप Indian Express ही start करिए. It's probably just a little more convenient. So again, the more you look at past year papers, the more you do your mocks, etc., you will get an idea about what to remember, right? Because what to read is a very deceptive question. What to read? Please read everything. Please read everything because English तो improve होता रहेगा ना. Newspaper है तो English में ही. So English will still get improved. What not to read? Nothing. Again, because you have to read everything. So there is nothing that you should ignore. हाँ, what to remember? इसका क्वेश्चन आपको पास्ट ईयर पेपर्स में, इसका क्वेश्चन आपको आंसर मिलेगा क्लासेस में, एंड इसका आंसर आपको मिलेगा आपके मॉक्स में, राइट? From mocks to past year papers to your classes, each of these will automatically come to your assistance कि क्या क्या याद रखना है, because याद सब कुछ रखने की जरूरत definitely नहीं है, right? So how to prepare for static GK? Always by giving marks on the GK section. So CR is a big problem for me. CR, I think our classes should be good enough. Hasika, you don't need any other additional preparation. I would just think if you attend classes sincerely enough, it will be more than helpful, right? फिर भी कुछ specific confusion हो रहा है तो although I primarily take up legal aptitude classes, feel free to reach out to me also. At least I'll guide you to the relevant person who should be able to help you more holistically. Kamakshi, sir, how to prepare for static GK? Yeah. So static GK first of all आजकल तो बिल्कुल पूछते ही नहीं है. CLAT में नहीं पूछते हैं. I think AILET has also pretty much stopped asking static GK. Maharashtra CET has a little bit of static GK. The best place to do static GK, the best place to start at least, अगर हम again static CLAT वगैरह के लिए चाहिए ही नहीं, right? CLAT के लिए चाहिए नहीं. But if you want to look at say MHCET and some other exams, the best place to start I would recommend is NCERT. Just download history book and those things, right? सोहम एज अ क्वेश्चन, सर मॉक में कुछ ऐसे टॉपिक्स होते हैं जीके में जो कि न्यूज़पेपर में भी नहीं होते, वैसे टॉपिक्स ऐसा कौन सा टॉपिक है सोहम? कैन यू गिव मी एन एग्जांपल बिकॉज़ आई एम फाइंडिंग दैट वेरी क्लैट में नहीं होगा. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल क्लैट में नहीं होगा, आई डोंट थिंक सो. नहीं, क्लैट में वैसा ही कुछ आएगा जो न्यूज़पेपर वगैरह में डेफिनेटली डिस्कस किया होगा एंड सो ऑन. सीरियस ब्लैक का स्पेलिंग नहीं गलत हो गया है? हैरी पॉटर वाला, assuming it's the Harry Potter one, or if it's a pun, if it's an intentional pun कि कुछ है तो रहा है. हेलो भैया जी, क्या बात है? ऐसे कैसे पहचानूंगा मैं भाई? ब्लैक फैमिली से वैसे तो मेरा कोई लेना देना है नहीं, ऑल्दो स्किन कलर आई डोंट नो दैट्स व्हाट यू मीन। हाँ, से सेडिशन लॉ लीड करने की जरूरत है, बिल्कुल। Um, Definitely, I think yes, because over the past few years, and even in the past few months, there's been quite a few discussions on sedition law. It has become a major political issue also. तो क्योंकि पॉलिटिकल इशू हो ही गया है, तो फाइनली घूम फिर के लॉ वैलिड है, नॉट वैलिड है, कॉलोनियल हैंगओवर है, तो क्या है, होता तो घूम फिर के यही है, whoever is in power usually doesn't end up removing it, and the last 75 years अभी तक हटा तो नहीं है. So let's see that the judiciary is also looking probably at reviewing some of these legal issues. So yeah, I think you should definitely take a look at it, है ना? Okay. When you come to Prayagraj Center, I think sometime next week, Kajal, though I'm not sure, but I would think that sometime next week, I think I'm coming to Prayagraj. For 3-year LLB, DU versus BHU, which should be preferred? Without any doubt, Akash, it is Delhi University. Campus Law Center, Delhi University is certainly ranked above BHU. No complication in my mind. 12 days left, sir. What to do? देवांश, उसके बारे में हम अलग से बात करेंगे, इसीलिए मैंने शुरू में बता दिया था ये वाले सेशन में मैं अगले 10-12 दिन में क्या करना है नहीं करना है उस पर ज्यादा डिस्कशन एक्चुअली नहीं कर रहा. Guys, just give me excuse me for 1 second, please. Okay. Sorry. So DU versus CLC Mumbai. CLC, you mean GLC? Government Law College Mumbai. I would still say DU. Yeah. I mean GLC Mumbai also has an excellent 3-year program, but uh, DU has its own edge for sure. Please guide us through a comprehensive study strategy over the next 6 months. Yes, Yashi, we will definitely be taking it up more comprehensively and so on. Right now, what's my plan, at least for legal aptitude, in the first few minutes of every legal class, if there is anything important, right, कम से कम मेरे classes में, अब वो चाहे constitution की class हो या contract की class हो या family law की class हो, if there is something important that's happening around us and if it's a legal issue like triple talaq or cow slaughter or CA or Article 370 or Section 377 and ये सब में बहुत सारे important cases भी हैं, right? So like triple talaq में it is only talaq e biddat, not all forms of triple talaq which has been declared unconstitutional. इसमें there is an important case called the Shayara Bano case, right? Cow slaughter में we have the Muhammad Hanif Qureshi versus State of Bihar judgment, right? Muhammad Hanif Qureshi versus State of Bihar. Similarly, CA का तो अब constitutional validity वगैरह चल ही रहा है. 370 का along with 368, Section 377 is Navtej Singh Jauhar case, जिसमें basically court ने कुछ interference करके या valid interference करके, मैं गलत नहीं कह रहा हूँ, I'm just saying it is the judiciary which ultimately passed or adjudicated. There is a Sabrimala dispute. There is there is so many other legal issues that keep happening. Abhi Banaras mein jo chal raha hai obviously continues to be a major issue, right? Rajiv government mein hua tha, Rajiv Gandhi government mein no Hazik, I think you're mixing up two cases here. ये मैंने जो बताया, this is Shayara Bano case. The Rajiv Gandhi government के टाइम जो हुआ था, that is the Shah Bano case. Shah Bano Begum और Shayara Bano Begum अलग है. Shah Bano is about maintenance. वो वाला पुराना केस है. Shah Bano is the Rajiv Gandhi. Sorry, Shah Bano is this is the Rajiv Gandhi government case, which is about maintenance for Muslim women. ये maintenance का केस था, right? This is Shayara Bano. ठीक है सर, नाम थोड़ा सिमिलर है. इसी टाइप के कंफ्यूजन्स जो हैं is what I will definitely be clearing up. कोई भी current affairs में बहुत लोग I know that have been confused, Shaira Bano, Shah Bano same है करके. So, but that's what I'll take up in my classes, at least first few minutes mein, all these important confusions that might exist and all that, we're taking it up, right? So, of course, and at the end of the day, practice is one of the most important aspects. So, हर class में हम कुछ ना कुछ sheet जरूर करते हैं. Then there are mocks, and then there are so many other things that that we will keep on doing, right? So, after reading the GK Perfect, I'm facing problem to get Juma's GK section. Rohit, maybe you can catch up with me in one of these doubt sessions. I can try to figure out what's exactly the problem. Only just speaking 3 times, one has been removed. Ye kya hua, Preet? I don't know what that means. Please take one session on constitutional law. Kajal, we'll take so many sessions on constitutional law. If you're talking about offline at Prayagraj, okay, we'll do. Noted. Sir, when will Clat admit card be out? वैभव मेरे भाई, ये क्या हो रहा है? क्लैट का एडमिट कार्ड आ चुका है. क्लैट का एडमिट कार्ड आई थिंक कल आया आज आया. प्लीज चेक योर ईमेल, प्लीज चेक द अप्रोप्रिएट लॉगिन एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. क्लैट का एडमिट कार्ड आ चुका है. As a person who has to give a Clat in December, how much time do you need to devote to preparation? I'm finding it really hard to manage time for Clat and school at the same time. Kamakshi, I think newspaper के लिए आपको जितना time लगे, that's one thing. Then there is classes. उसको छोड़ के, सिर्फ न्यूज़पेपर और क्लासेस को छोड़ के मैक्सिमम 1 से 2 घंटा, नॉट मोर देन दैट. बट प्लीज डोंट काउंट न्यूज़पेपर एंड क्लासेस. क्लासेस में देखो आपको सिर्फ सुनना है ध्यान से, थोड़ा बहुत लिखना है, उसमें बहुत ज्यादा मेहनत नहीं लगती है. जो टीचर होता है उसको ज्यादा मेहनत लग रही है ना. So that doesn't count as like too much hard preparation for you. It's helpful, but it's not hard work. Hard work आपको 2 ही चीजों में करना है, न्यूज़पेपर और न्यूज़पेपर को छोड़ के कुछ ना कुछ 1-8 घंटा तो आप पढ़ोगे ना. That's about it. When you said about triple talaq, only one. That's yes. That's correct. That's right. मुझे न्यूज़पेपर में 3 घंटे लगता है. सही है हाजिक. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी टू हियर समबडी ऑनेस्टली सेइंग कि मुझे 3 घंटे लग रहा है न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ने में. दैट्स अ वेरी गुड थिंग, क्योंकि दैट मीन्स यू आर रीडिंग द फुल न्यूज़पेपर विथ फुल सिंसियरिटी एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. ये आपको बहुत ही हेल्पफुल होगा. ऑल न्यूज़पेपर, यू हैव टू रीड वन न्यूज़पेपर, बट वो पूरा पढ़ने में हो सकता है अभी आपको 2 घंटे, 2.5 घंटे, 3 घंटे भी लग रहे हो. That's not a problem. Your reading speed will automatically improve. जैसे जैसे टाइम बीतता जाएगा, lot of this information, lot of this news क्या होता है, repeat होता रहता है, right? So अपने आप it will become much easier for you with the passage of time. So ultimately it takes me in and around 1 hour maximum. 1 घंटा 10 मिनट, कुछ अलग ही नया हो गया है, कुछ बड़ा हो गया है तो अलग बात है. Otherwise 1 hour 15 minutes maximum में मेरा न्यूज़पेपर खत्म हो जाता है. So you know, if it's taking you 3 hours, that's a good thing. 1-8 महीने की बात है, अपने आप को 2 घंटे पे आ जाएगा, और 1 महीने बाद देखोगे कि वो 1.5 घंटे 1.25 घंटे तक चला जाएगा, right? So should not be a problem. No, read the whole newspaper. मैंने स्पेसिफिकली आज के सेशन में भी बोला है, read the whole thing. सब कुछ याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. उसके लिए आप मॉक्स करिए, पास्ट ईयर पेपर करिए, और चीजें करिए. You will automatically get an idea, right, about what is it that you need to remember and what is it that you don't need to remember. Right? Newspaper reading is necessary, or we can cover it again. No, newspaper reading is necessary. Ansh, newspaper reading is definitely necessary. So time तो फिर भी लगता है, even when we're taking classes reading. I agree, लेकिन effort नहीं लगता है ना. न्यूज़पेपर में तो चलो लगेगा भी effort, मैं मना नहीं कर रहा हूँ. तो वो बेसिकली न्यूज़पेपर का टाइम प्लस 1 घंटा, उतना ही मान के चलो. क्लासेस का टाइम आपको थकान नहीं है ना उतनी. क्लासेस के टाइम में टीचर की थकान होती है, स्टूडेंट को सिर्फ सुनना है ध्यान से बस. So the amount of effort that you're putting in is much lesser. That's what I meant. ठीक है? So do reach out to us, guys. Those of you who have to give the exam next year, please feel free. I think in the description you'll have the appropriate contact details and so on. Is it? Yeah, the link to the website, etc., and the various courses and all of that is already provided to you. The contact details for reaching out, all of this is there in the description. Our Facebook groups, the Telegram channel, and all those links are provided. Please do feel free to reach out. Right? Have a lovely evening. In the meanwhile, अखबार पढ़ते रहना, वो एक चीज बस मिस नहीं करना है. And I will see you guys very soon. And those of you who have the exam in about in about 13 days, है ना, 12 दिन के बाद 13th डे पे इनफैक्ट आई थिंक एग्जाम ही है, तो जिनका 13 दिन में एग्जाम है, we are definitely bringing you a few last minute strategy based sessions for you very very shortly, over the next few days. So do stay tuned in. Thank you very much.